mom used to always tell me, Floyd, you're special.
Case. Even if his beginning came on streets that offered hardly any more promise. The craft was a family business. A comfort with conflict was embedded in his blood.
You know, I stayed with my dad for a certain period of time. Then eventually I moved with my mother to Jersey. There was 7 people staying in a 1-bedroom apartment, no heat. I mean, sometimes no lights. You know, my mother she was on crack at one particular time. And eventually, you know, I moved back to Grand Rapids, Michigan with my father. You know, I asked my mother, can she move back also? And she eventually moved back to Grand Rapids, Michigan. And I was happy when she moved back, but she was back on drugs. You know, I seen my dad sell my mother drugs. You know, just those are the things that I went through in life. Nice automobiles, more than just mansions, more than just millions of dollars. It's about giving back. You know, I love to, of course, give back to the less fortunate, give back to a lot of public schools, because that's where I come from, a hard, rough life.
It's the birthplace and hometown of superstar boxer Floyd Mayweather Jr.
Where you at, little Floyd?
Right here.
Okay, there you are with the crisscross. What color? Red, green, yellow, black.
With his father in prison and boxing his outlet, Floyd dedicated himself to the sport that was becoming his destiny. But there was also a dark side to Floyd's childhood. With a drug-addicted mother and a father who always seemed to find trouble. The Mayweather household was a dangerous place. Mayweather was shot in the leg during a family dispute, holding Floyd in his arms when the bullets flew.
I seen a little bit of everything. Seen shootouts, been in the middle of shootouts. When my dad was hustling, doing his thing, I seen my dad sell my mother drugs. And things happened. You know, that was my life then.
Years later, when Floyd was 16 years old, the older Mayweather found trouble again when he was arrested for selling drugs.
It was a bad, hard thing for me. I ended up going to prison. I did 3.5 years. I thought about my son a whole lot. I took the bitter with the sweet, man. I mean, you know, my son was doing good.
My dad was locked up. My dad was locked up in the feds. I had to become a man at a young age, at 16. At 16, I had to provide for myself. Had to make a way for myself. I came up past my knees. I was carrying a heavy bag on my back just to get to the gym, just to make things happen.
Although the referee Schumann raised the hand of Floyd Mayweather. Guess what? This was not a good decision.
Floyd took it like a champ, but not USA Boxing. They need to get rid of the whole system and get a new establishment to control amateur boxing.
I think that, you know, I don't really want to say I won a bronze medal. I think it's best to say I received a bronze medal, because you can't win a bronze if you lost.
Still, it was clear early on his talents surpassed even his pedigree. In 1993, under his father's tutelage, Floyd won his first National Golden Gloves championship. He was 16.
It felt good, but it was very hard. I had to struggle, and fight. But first, I want to thank the good man upstairs for giving me this opportunity to win the national championship. And second of all, I want to thank my father.
Get rides to the gym any way I can. If I had to take a bus, sometimes the snow came up past my knees. I was carrying a heavy bag on my back just to get to the gym, just to make things happen.